I don't even know where to begin with this video. I think the first thing I want to say is congratulations to Argentina and commiserations to Nigeria. But I also would like to say that it's quite possibly one of the most crazy finales to a game I've seen in a long time. You can see how much it meant to the Argentina players, the staff, the fans, and you can also see the heartbreak on the Nigerian players and their fans, and it's just, I feel so bad for them, but I'm also so happy for Argentina because they started this tournament so badly. I mean, so badly. And yet they've made it through in a great way. It's always pretty exciting and pretty crazy to obviously go through with an almost last-minute winner. One thing I want to say straight away in this video is, I've seen quite a few World Cups. I know I'm not exactly 50 years old and I've watched 10 plus World Cups, because I haven't, but I've watched quite a few now, and I don't think anything has compared to the Russia World Cup so far. Some of the games have been absolutely amazing. Today, the France-Denmark game was the first 0-0 at the Russian World Cup. It's the longest record, I believe, ever in a World Cup without a 0-0 draw, and I think that says it all, actually. I don't think it'll ever be beaten. It's just been goal after goal after goal. It's just been brilliant, and today, for me, this game is right up there with Portugal and Spain, with England and Panama, in terms of just being encapsulated. That's the best word I can use to describe how I felt with this game. Going into it, it was all about Argentina and Messi, of course. Can Messi do it? Can he lead his team to glory? Can they put together, finally, a good performance and get through to the next stage of the World Cup? Can they do it? And then there was a lot of, will Nigeria show them exactly how good they actually are? They beat them in a friendly a couple of months ago, didn't they? I think it was 4-2, although Messi didn't play in that one. Nigeria, I think, have been incredible in this tournament. Such a shame to see them go out. If I could, I would have had them going through as well. But of course, it doesn't work like that. And Croatia 100% deserve to go through top of the group because they've been unbelievable. Actually, I haven't checked their result. I'm pretty sure they were winning last time I looked. Or were they drawing? No, I think it was 2-1. But I don't need to talk about Croatia because this video is solely about what just happened between Nigeria and Argentina. So let's go right to the start of the game. It looked like Argentina were playing differently. They were set up completely differently. A few reports of people saying that their manager had nothing to do with it. Is it Sampaoli? I can never say his name, and I think I'm going to sneeze. Not now, not in a video. I think it's gone. It's so annoying when that happens, trust me. When you're trying to record, and I always go wheezy after sneezing because of my hay fever, but it seemed like they completely changed the way they were set up for this game, and it almost sounds like the players did it themselves. They picked their own team, and that the manager's kind of being exiled. But I don't know if I believe that. A lot of reports, people saying that Messi pretty much decided the team today and that he held the team talks. You could see before they came out for the second half, he huddled them all together. And that, for me, isn't very Messi-esque, is it? He's not known as this big personality. He's not really a leader, so to speak. He leads by example on the pitch with his feet, with his ability. But he's quite a shy guy. Captain for Argentina, though, and it says it all. You saw all the players listening to him, and he gave his instructions out, but who knows what's going on behind the scenes. All that mattered today was, could Messi and his team, it's basically Messi-tina? Argent Messi? Argessi? Oh, should I just stop doing that now? You get what I mean. It's not even about Argentina, it's about Messi most days. But he scored an absolutely fantastic goal, and quick shout out to Banega, who's been linked with a move to Arsenal, by the way. Keep your eye out on that one. Just a beautifully pinged ball over the top. He saw Messi's run before anyone else did. And the touch. Oh, Messi is just a god. He is, just without doubt, the most gifted footballer I've ever seen with my own eyes. Just absolutely unbelievable. He just brought it down with his thigh. And then it wasn't even the first touch that amazed me. It's the second touch. He just pushes it away from the Nigeria defender. And then tucks it home with his weaker right foot. And it looked so easy. And you just think to yourself, how is he doing that? I don't think anyone else would have scored that from that Argentina lineup today. Maybe Higuain, although he bottles it every time that they need him most. Aguero has to start the next game for me. Aguero and Messi up front, or even Dybala. Why is he not getting in the team? I have no idea. So Messi made it 1-0. and they looked quite comfortable. Other than Mascherano, I would say everyone was having a good game. I thought Mascherano was absolutely woeful in that first half. Wasn't much better in the second half. The only thing he did offer was just that battling mentality that some teams just need in their midfield, just winning the ball back. But his distribution, his passing in general was just really poor tonight. But Nigeria did get themselves back in the game. And it seemed harsh through the penalty. It was Moses who tucked it away, Chelsea player, probably the most experienced player in their team, which is pretty crazy. I'm not so sure about the penalty itself. I think it was a little bit harsh, but with VAR, when you see things in slow motion, I've always said this, in football, when you see things in slow motion, it always looks worse. In real time, when the challenge was made and he was dragged back a little bit by Mascherano, it didn't look really set dead on to be a penalty. It looked a little bit, I don't know, it seemed a little bit tame. But do you know what? Fair play to Nigeria. They got their decision. They banged it into the bottom corner. Brilliant. 1-0, and you're thinking, my God, this is actually going to happen. Argentina are not going to make it through. But then, the last 5 minutes, of all people, Rojo finds himself in the middle of the box. This is a defender with 5 minutes to go in the middle of the box, and a cross comes in and he hits it with his weaker right foot as well. Don't forget he's got a rocket of a left foot. I'm surprised he didn't go for his left actually, but who cares when you score? He's tucked it in with his right foot into the bottom right corner. It was a striker's finish, just saying. It was just a moment of sheer madness, and I will remember it for a long time. The way the Argentina players just gathered around him and just showed everyone how important football is to Argentina and how important the World Cup is to them as well. I don't think it's been I think it's been a long time since they haven't made it through to the knockout stages, so for them to do it again in that fashion, just unbelievable. It really was an amazing moment, and Rojo, I don't think will sleep a wink tonight, and I don't think he'll ever forget that moment. Now, of course, it all goes down to, in the round of 16, whether they can actually capitalise on getting through, or are they going to have a similar performance to the first two games and just get knocked out straight away. And bear in mind, there is a possibility, if results go the right way, if Argentina win their round of 16 game, and so do Portugal, they will meet in the quarterfinals, and it will be Lionel Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. And some people argue that this is probably the moment that defines who's the best player of all time. If Ronaldo wins the World Cup, it's him. If Messi wins the World Cup, it's him. I actually couldn't disagree more. I don't think it should rest entirely upon who wins the World Cup, because it's a team thing, it's a team effort. You can win the World Cup 20 times, but you could be carried effectively in that team. Whereas winning the Ballon d'Or, winning all these trophies at Barcelona as the main man, it has to be said, I think Rio Ferdinand said it best. It was before the game started, I think, or at least at half time. It's sustained greatness. It's not that small 3-month period in your career where you were the best in the world. You won the World Cup, you scored 10 goals. You're the best in the world ever, right? No, it's more about the 10 to 15 years you spend in your career at the very highest level. And that is exactly what Ronaldo and Messi have done. And arguably, players like Maradona, Ronaldinho, all of the other greats, Fat Ronaldo, I don't like calling him that, I should call him the Brazilian Ronaldo, didn't have the most unbelievable career over the 15 years he played. He had brilliant moments, didn't he? Whereas Messi, I can't think of a year where he wasn't at his very best, if that makes sense. And it's the same with Ronaldo. So I don't think it should matter. I think Messi goes down as the best player of all time. Ronaldo is the best athlete of all time. I know that's going to probably cause some issues in the comments, but that's just the way I see it. I think Ronaldo is just a machine. Messi's an alien. That's the best way I can explain it. So, yeah, I feel really bad for Nigeria. I think that's one thing I want you guys to take away from this video, is that I'm not just going crazy about Argentina and how they've won, but actually I'm very sad because Nigeria, for me, one of the best sides to watch. I think in 2022, we're looking at potentially, one of the dark horses of the tournament. If they keep progressing as they are, they've got some very good young players in there. If you think Iheanacho and Didi, these kind of players with another 4 years of experience, they will turn up in 2022 and potentially go further. I think had they got just a slightly easier group, just a group without two better teams, put it that way, they would have gone through, and they very almost did. it looked like they were at 1-1. Heartbreaking, it really is. So a massive well done to the Nigerian team. They've done themselves proud, and I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed that they've been knocked out. Really, really great team. But of course, Argentina deserve the credit. They've won the game when it mattered most, and they are through. Now, one last thing I want to mention is I did the Arsenal Invincibles career mode type video yesterday. I want to say a massive thank you for all the feedback on that. I'm not sure when I'm going to start it. I'm actually thinking of waiting until there's a few days in between the World Cup games. There's a rest day coming up. I might start it that day. I don't want to lose out on potential viewers just because they're watching the World Cup, you know. So it's going to be a big series. I'm really excited for it. So it will come. Just be patient. I might do some little videos in between, you know, of signing Ronaldinho at Barcelona and playing with, you know, the best Real Madrid legends of all time in career mode. Things like that. Just short little videos. Just one-off videos, I guess I should say. But also, I'm planning to do a video on VAR. I don't know if you guys are interested in my opinions on VAR. It's a hot topic in the World Cup. In football in general, I've got some very, I don't want to say interesting, I mean it's easy for me to say I've got some interesting thoughts, but I've definitely got some pros and cons in my head with the system in place, and I would like to make a video about it if you guys want to see it. So if you could let me know down below if you'd like me to make a video pretty much ranting about VAR and how I think it's great in some ways but also terrible in others. I'll be definitely looking out to see if you guys want to see that. So thank you for watching. Lionel Messi has taken himself and his team, Argent Messi, through to the knockout stages, where I think this could be the potential of the start to glory. They could well go on now and go really deep into this tournament because they're a gritty team and they did deserve the win in the end. I think they've done very well to get out of a very sticky situation. So well done to them. Commiserations to Nigeria. And I will see you guys for another match review very soon.